Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. Hope y'all are doing great today. Happy Sunday to everyone. So this is funny. I noticed this like 2 days ago, or I think just the last time I went on, which I think was about 2 days ago. People's usernames are different now. So, oh yeah, well, I knew it was you because of the appendectomy, but it comes up as a Rubitrip08. But thank God you have E in your icon and letting me know about the appendectomy. Yeah, you should definitely sue whoever caused your appendectomy. Have you figured that out yet? Let me know. You don't have to let me know here, but I would be so curious to know what caused that. Welcome, 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 everybody. Hope y'all are doing great. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader for this evening, and no, I cannot answer medical questions. I cannot answer legal questions, unfortunately. I am not a professional in neither of those areas, so those are the only questions I cannot answer for y'all. Thank you for reminding everyone, E. I answer all sorts of questions, though. I can answer pretty much any other question, as long as it's not medical or legal related. I am a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who've passed on. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know before we get started. It really helps if I know the person's, of course, their name. I need to know their name, but their date of birth, their date of passing. And it's especially helpful if you can email me or send me a photograph of them. That's always helpful, but not necessary or mandatory. Just don't want to, if somebody is not available to communicate with, I don't want to disappoint someone. It's very rare that that happens, but I just want to ensure that I don't disappoint anybody. But I can get in touch with most people who have passed on, so long as they haven't passed on super recently or haven't been passed on for a while. So definitely check with me if that is something you're interested in. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. If there's someone that you're questioning in your life, and it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, it can be a friend, it could be an animal friend, it could be a coworker, any type of capacity of person in your life. They could be a potential soulmate. If you are questioning that, what someone's place is in your life or what their purpose is in your life, Spirit will answer that. They can also answer, alternatively, if you can ask if they give their blessing towards someone in your life, and they'll answer yes or no, and why or why not. Just like confirmation of whether they're soulmate, yes or no, why or why not. And those can be done, those are their own reading, they're 10 cards. I also do past life regression readings. I don't know if I've ever encountered another tarot reader who did past life regression. No, wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. I did find one tarot reader who does do past lives, and I got a reading from them. Keep the gender ambiguous. It wasn't very good. I didn't feel connected to it at all. But I've been studying, I don't know how long this person's been studying past life regression for, but I've been studying it for many, many, many years, since I was a child when I first started reading. I think I started studying it around the same time as astrology, so I'm very well versed in it. I have been regressed myself by others. I've regressed others, and this was all prior to me starting my tarot professionally. I've been reading tarot for about longer than I'd like to admit, because that would be aging myself. But I've been reading it professionally for the past 5 years, and about 2 years into it, I noticed I was picking up the same energies that I was getting. I was reading people's past lives. Oftentimes, clients will come to me and ask me for a general reading, any messages that they feel like their spirit guides or angels feel that they need to hear. Oftentimes I was channeling past lives. So I realized that tarot is, at least for me, is a conduit for that as well. And they're always super fascinating. They don't have to be, as is suggested there, it doesn't have to be for the purpose of, a past life of yours that is most relevant to your life now. It could also be one that illuminates something within your psyche, an irrational fear, or something that's just unexplainable within you. but irrational fears are usually explained through past lives. But I also really suggest if you're needing a dose of gratitude or humility, definitely looking into what your most challenging past life was. Those are always fascinating. And as I mentioned earlier, I answer all sorts of questions: romance, career, finance, spiritual. Where are my keys? I've answered that. Should I dye my hair blue? I've answered that. So really, I can answer any questions you feel are necessary. And I offer at no additional donation amount. It can be done with a mini reading, a full reading, or an in-depth reading. It's just a question suggestion. But I get a lot of people coming to me asking, what are so-and-so's thoughts towards me? What are so-and-so's feelings? What are so-and-so's intentions? And I can answer all three in one. I've never seen another tarot reader do that. But yeah, I will always suggest that if you do come to me and ask one of those questions, I will almost always suggest that. And we just received a donation. Hi, Smiley1987. I do accept SuperChat, and all my SuperChat information can be found right here. Thank you, Smiley1987. And if you are not new to this channel and you have another username, for some reason YouTube is showing me different usernames than what I'm used to. I recognize you, Miss Harley. Thank you so much for your donation, girl. And we also received a donation from Miss Tina. Thank you so much, ladies. Let me go ahead and fire this up. Oh, no, you did not interrupt me, girl, at all. Thank you so much. How are you doing? I was just going on my little spiel. Hey, Tina, girl. Thank you so much. Hey, Austin, how's it going? Okay, so Miss Harley, were you interested in, did you have multiple questions, Harley, or did you want an in-depth reading tonight? Good to hear, Austin. 3 questions, you got it. Please go ahead and post your first question right there in the chat. Thank you. And today I am using, it's actually an American deck, but this is the French version, Le Tarot de l'Illumination, Tarot of the Illumination, by Matt Hughes. But I got this in Paris from my favorite esoteric store there. So if I end up hiccuping on a card, it's just because I have to translate everything to French in my mind. So please don't hold it against me. I only know so much French. Harley, you haven't posted your question, have you? Because my chat is a little strange. I'm getting some messages on my phone and some on my laptop. So I'm hoping there isn't. Okay, there we go. I meditated to ancient Greek music last night. That's very cool, Austin. 1, how does R think about me? 2, are me and R compatible? 3, I feel there's some tension between R and I. Is he uncomfortable around me? Thank you so much, Harley. And you're an Aquarius, right, girl? And what is R? And as I was saying right when you popped on, do you want me to just ask how R thinks about you now? Or do you want me to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread? Thank you so much for your donation, Smiley1987. Let me go ahead and add you. Yes, I'm an Aquarius and he is Virgo. You can just ask how he thinks of me now. Okay, okay. Sorry. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does R think of Harley now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does R currently think of Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does R currently think of Harley? Oh my God, this is the guy in like your class thing, and you saw him on a dating app though, and you recognized him, right? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are R's current thoughts towards Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are R's current thoughts towards Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are R's current thoughts towards Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are R's current thoughts towards Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are R's current thoughts towards Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are R's current thoughts towards Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are R's current thoughts towards Harley? Ten of Cups reversed. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Cups reversed. And Knight of Cups. Interesting. We've got a lot of happiness card. We got both the 9 and the 10 of Cups here, both reverse. Yes, we ended class and he gave me his number to me and someone else to, of course, help us if we needed help later on. Okay. I do think that he does harbor some romantic feelings towards you, Harley, with this Knight of Cups here. There's something there. There is something there that's beyond just, I can help you after this class, okay? But I also don't feel like he's ready for that. I don't think he's ready to be someone's knight in shining armor right now. There's something that he hasn't healed from with this Five of Pentacles reversed. I don't know if you know his dating history. I know you saw that he was on a dating app, but I don't know, you know, and it could have been a while ago, but there's someone, there's a situation he's not completely, fully healed from. And it might not be an individual per se that he's still feeling connected to, but it's more the connection itself and healing from that ending. Because he's not a very happy guy. We've got both the 10 of Cups reversed and the 9 of Cups reversed. He's not depressed, but he's, you know, Cups are the realm of emotions, and this is telling me while he does have affection for you, he's not. I don't think he's emotionally available. I really don't. And then we've got this 9 of Pentacles reversed. This is showing me that he's hesitant to grow something with someone. Even though I can't deny that I do think that he thinks highly of you and does, you know, harbor some romantic feelings towards you. This Knight of Cups don't lie. But there is something holding him back from wanting to move forward with, I believe, anybody at this time. This is very unhealed energy, scared to move forward, scared to grow something new. something tells me that the last connection he had, it may have been a while ago, but it was deep. I don't think he does lighthearted romances. I think he goes deep. And I think he's scared to start something deep again. And, I know you didn't tell him that you're looking for something deep. I know. But he does have, with that Knight of Cups, there's also a sense of emotional intuition there. And I'm not saying that he believes that you have a crush on him. I think he does think that you do have some feelings towards him as well, that there's some mutual attraction there. But there's something I was going to say there. Yeah, even though you haven't told him, and even if you don't know if that's what you're looking for, you want to get to know him. You don't know if you want to be with him, for the long term. I think intuitively he knows that is what most, if a woman is attracted to a man, that's often what she's looking for. It's an assumption, I know, but it's what he's making, and I think it's also coming from a place within him too. He doesn't do, like I said, I don't think he does lightweight relationships, and I don't know if he's been in one for a while. So he doesn't want to disappoint you. He doesn't want to disappoint anyone. I think he just assumed, I think there's an assumption here. He's just assuming that you would want something deeper if things were to start between the two of you, and he's not in a place, excuse me, to really lay the foundations for something serious. Which could be a good thing. That could give you guys the opportunity to take things slowly, It doesn't seem like you're wanting to rush into any... I think we talked about that you were having some difficulty taking things slowly. This guy's definitely going to want to take things very, very slowly with the way that I see that he views relationships in general. And he's a Virgo. That's the Knight of Pentacles. That is the slowest moving sign. Literally, the Knight of Pentacles don't move. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't move. Very, very slow. It's at a standstill half the time. Are you and R compatible? Okay. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Are Harley and R compatible? Yes, I'm fine to take things slowly now. I think we have some connection. I want to explore that. I want to water a seed and see if it blooms. I feel so drawn to him more than anyone I ever have. Oh, wow. Yeah, and because that's exactly his style, is like, planting a seed and seeing if it blooms. He might be, the only thing is he may be a little too afraid to plant seeds at this time. That's the only potential thing I see here possibly holding him back. But let's see in terms of compatibility where you guys are at. Okay, we have Ace of Cups reversed, the Hermit, Virgo, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands reversed, and Five of Cups. Yes and no. There's definitely, there is potential for compatibility between the two of you. Our short interaction had me reflect a lot, and he told me how I helped him throughout the class. I think we can help each other grow. Yeah, I think that there is potential to, to plant a seed here. A seed of something beginning with this Ace of Wands. Again, I do feel like he does have feelings for you, as I know you do for him. But here's the thing, girl. Notice this Ace of Cups is reversed. This is telling me actually more about the last reading we did. Hello, Shatiria. Welcome, welcome, welcome. this is reminding me of the last reading that we just did. I think that the dude doesn't have a whole lot of self-love going on right now. And he may put on a front of confidence and charisma, of which I think he has, confidence, but I think he feels secure in himself, but when it comes to love, the guy doesn't really like or love himself. And as RuPaul so wisely said, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you supposed to love anybody else? And that's where I feel like he is at a standstill in terms of allowing himself to be vulnerable enough to plant the seed and see if something happens, because there's always the, you're wise, you're willing to take the chance. If it may not work out, it may work out, but you want to plant the seed anyway to see if it grows. Whereas with him, I think he's reticent to take the chance and possibly get hurt. Hi, Avigo girl, welcome. Yeah, thank you so much. And I think, yeah, he's not with anyone else. That I can confirm. This Hermit card here for sure. He's a loner right now. He's a bit of a loner. He's definitely I don't want to say like sinking into his Hermit Virgo energies, but the Hermit and the High Priestess are definitely both like single people cards. And I think that might be where he wants to stay for a little while, because we had that Five of Pentacles reversed in the last reading. We've got this Five of Cups here. He's still not healed. He's still upset about something. He's still wounded from his past. And I'll throw in an extra card here. I mentioned it earlier that this looks like the Fool reverse. This looks like someone who's afraid to plant that seed, who's afraid to take that step forward. Because they're not ready to, they're not feeling vulnerable enough to allow themselves to possibly get hurt, because we have to take that chance with romance. There's never any guarantee that it's going to stay forever, that it's going to fizzle out. There's no guarantees. So we take that chance when we start something new with someone, and that's a chance I don't think he's willing to take just right now. I'm going to throw in another card. Three of Wands, my card for today. Patience is going to be of the essence here, because yeah, there's a severe lack of harmony in his life, that I do think is the result of something that ended, that he's still wounded from. Again, I don't know how long ago it was. I don't think it really matters how long ago it was, because all I'm seeing is just that the energies are heavy. He is not fully healed, and we can date and not be fully healed. That's perfect. A lot of people do, but he doesn't feel comfortable yet. And I have met a lot of people like that too, mostly women, but men as well, where they just don't feel ready yet to plant that seed. Doesn't mean that they're not interested in women, that there aren't people that they're in, he's interested in you. But the fear is very real there. Hi, Arts E4K. Welcome. If I've got your name wrong, I'm so sorry. My work is ending, but I missed you. Oh, Arts E4K. What would I normally refer to you as? Because YouTube's showing me different usernames. So I know you're a regular here. I won't rush him, and I will make sure to establish a platonic friendship and see where things go if he's open up to that. Oh, it's Jewel! Hey, Jewel! Good to see you, hon. Good to see you. I think he's worth it, I really do. Call me a helpless romantic. No, I don't think you're a helpless romantic. I think you're doing the right thing here. Taking that chance, taking things slowly. And you do have the wisdom of knowing that it might not work out, but it also might work out. The risk is worth it for you. I really respect that. Hi, Mar80 R3E. Yes, you can absolutely send a super chat for a mini reading. It's $9.99 for a mini reading over super chat. Thank you so much. And let's repost the list here and continue on with Miss Harley's last question. Okay. Oh, okay, you want to know if R is uncomfortable around you. Okay. All right, Jewel, thank you so much. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Does R feel uncomfortable around Harley? How long is the? Can you send the 770? No, the 777 for a mini is not by a super chat. The reason why super chat's higher is because YouTube takes 30%. So I can't charge 77 for a super chat. It's $9.99 for a mini. And here is the list. I'll post it again. And if you need to skip the list, you can always donate an additional $5 and you can skip the list. Thank you. All right, Harley, let's see here if he feels uncomfortable talking. We have 3 of Swords, King of Cups reversed, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands reversed, and the World. You do it. Yeah, there is some. I don't know if tension's the right. Yeah, I guess tension is the right word there. He's definitely gone through something. He's going through something. Harley. He's heartbroken right now with this 3 of Swords, and he's not emotionally all together. He is all together mentally. He's not mentally ill or anything like that. He's really together and knows his stuff. He's very, very smart and works hard. And like in terms of like every other aspect of his life, he feels like he's got it down. But when it comes to romance, he's still discombobulated from whatever happened to him in the past with this King of Cups reversed. So I think he does feel a little nervous when the two of you speak together. He does really like working with you, and he does really like helping you, and does really sincerely want to help you if you ever need help in your class, and really enjoyed and continues to enjoy working collaboratively with you with this 3 of Pentacles. But when it if and when it goes beyond that, I think that's where he might start to feel a little less comfortable or may start to express some uncomfortable energy. I do want a little bit of clarity here with this 2 of Wands reversed. Playing it safe. 2 of Wands reversed, playing it safe. I know what the 2 of Wands reversed means, but I just felt compelled to look up just one extra thing. Playing it safe. And we just received a donation. Thank you so much from Mar80. Thank you. Let me go ahead and add you here to the list really quick before we get into this. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely hesitation there. Look this up again, the mind, my goodness. Yeah, playing it safe, avoiding risk. Playing it safe and avoiding risk, and that's really the like I was mentioning earlier. That's the biggest energy I'm getting here. Is he's playing it safe. He's holding his cards real close to his heart because he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's just not in a position he doesn't have the emotional bandwidth or to be vulnerable in that way just at this time. But with the World card, I do think there is potential. I'll still stand by that. So long as there's patience and so long as you don't run ahead of, start fantasizing and running ahead of yourself with, expectations about how things might be between the two of you, how things might end up. Don't, because, sometimes we don't move things with other people, but in our mind, we start racing and start thinking, maybe doing this and envisioning doing that with that person, or this, that, and the other, or like maybe even going further, getting married, having kids. Don't rush things in your head too much. Don't do your best to not overanalyze. Do your best to not fantasize about too much in the future. Just take things nice and slowly, slowly, surely, because he's definitely got a lot of reserves. It's not just to negate that he doesn't have feelings for you, because I do believe he does. I certainly do. But I also sense that he needs time. He needs time to heal. And that's, that's really wise of him, I have to say, that he recognizes that he has that, that self-awareness to realize, he's still not healed. He's not in a position where he can take that chance right now emotionally. What I'm getting is that he needs time to heal, and I need to be very patient and not put any pressure on him, and not like, yeah, absolutely, you got it. That was the great conclusive sentence. Absolutely, Arlie. Yeah. You're very welcome, girl. Thank you so much. I hope I brought you clarity there. And wish you all the very best, of course. I don't think there's anything to worry about here, as long as you take things slow, but take the chance too, because a lot of people are too afraid to take the chance, and that can hinder us, Thank you so much again. Miss Tina. Tina, thank you, Tina, for your donation. Tina, were you interested in a 10-card reading, or did you have two questions? And is this a 10-card reading, Tina? You got it. And did you want me to just ask what his intentions are, or did you want me to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread? Yes, my little Gemini, and he is a Taurus. Okay. Are you little? I think you told me that you're a shorty. Most Gemini females I know tend to be really petite, little cute girls. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina after all these years? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina after all these years? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are 5'2"? That's adorable. I'm a shorty too, girl. I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3.5" on a good day. I lie and say 5'4", but I'm really 5'3". Hey, I you know what? I would rather be a shorty than a tall girl. I can only imagine that it's difficult being a tall girl, because yeah, dudes aren't always super tall. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina after all these years? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Thanks, message and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Thanks, message and spirit guides. What are T's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Thanks, message and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Thanks, message and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Alright, hun, we have Queen of Cups reversed, Page of Wands reversed, the World, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Devil reversed, the Moon reversed, and the Magician. Okay, and he said, after connecting with me after all of these years, he's an old school friend. Okay. So this is interesting energy. Let's start with your energy because you're here and you can confirm or deny what I'm seeing. But we've got the Queen of Cups reversed with the Ace of Cups. Did you guys have a romantic history? I know you said that you were school friends, but was there something romantic there? And did he happen to disappoint you romantically? Because I do see that you still have fond affections for him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you do have fond affections towards him. Is that the right Cashapp? I'll show you the right Cashapp. This is my Cashapp. Sorry, Tina. This is my Cashapp. Thank you. This Queen of Cups reversed, Tina. This is telling me that either one of two things, either he or both. Either he disappointed you in the past when you knew each other, or you don't quite know, or you're afraid of him disappointing you. Possibly again. Like something, it's not like I always had a crush on him, but we were never romantic, maybe flirty. Okay. So, and I get, with the Queen of Cups reversed, I get the sense of like kind of not nervous, but a little bit wary, like, and I'm not just saying this because you came here and asked me what his thoughts, feelings, and intentions were, but you are definitely questioning where he's at now, the man he's become now, as opposed to the man he was when you knew him. So there's, you guys have definitely got to talk more, to figure that out. And from what I can see, he definitely wants to talk more. I'm not crazy with his general energies when we've got this Ten of Pentacles reverse. Did he recently get out of a divorce or something like that? Because he does have feelings for you, girl, and he does want to make something, he wants to make some magic happen between you and him with the Magician. And when I see the Magician in its upright form, some readers see the Magician as manipulative energy. I only see it as manipulative when it's reversed. When it's in its upright position, I think he has good intentions towards you. It's all online. I figured I figured you were talking online, but it's still communication. There's still more to get to know of one another and to assess one another. But yeah, I do question if he not even just like got out of a breakup, but a divorce here. Ten of Pentacles reverse is often indicative of a divorce. And obviously you guys haven't gone through a divorce together. So this is telling me that I think that this is something he's gone through recently, or at least a really very serious relationship has come to an end. And I do feel like I feel like he's completely healed from it? No. But I think I do think he's made a lot of progress. And I'm not telling you that you're a rebound. No, that's not what I'm saying. You're not rebound, but he's genuinely interested in you. And I guess his conflict in the relationship wasn't sure past or recent. I think it's past because I do see him definitely wanting to start something with you. But he has some insecurities here. With his thoughts, we have the Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Pentacles upright. The Page of Wands reversed is him, I think, questioning how to go forth here. He knows he wants to go forth towards you. He definitely holds a torch for you. He's attracted to you. But he doesn't want to say the wrong thing. He doesn't want to do the wrong thing. But he definitely definitely values you. And I would be hard pressed to think that he didn't have a crush on you when you guys were younger. I think it was reciprocated. And I think he never forgot about you or forgot about that crush. He still holds that dearly. It's still he still keeps you in his mind, and has for many years. His feelings, we have the World and the Devil reversed. Okay, I hate the term rebound only because I just don't like I don't think that every rebound connection is with bad intentions. I don't think that he's using you to get over his past. I need to stand by that. I really don't feel like that, okay? But I think that he's finally coming out of his shell. I think he's finally ready to start something romantic with someone. With this World card, this does indicate that he's done a lot of healing, moving forward, getting the gears turning. And we have another divorce card here, the Devil reverse. So either it was a divorce or a very long-term relationship, but it is reversed. He is, if he's not completely separated from her emotionally, he's definitely separated from her physically. The cords have been cut. He's feeling no longer attached to the individual. And we just received a donation from Shani. Thank you, Shani, for your donation. Let me go ahead and add you here. His intentions, Tina, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Moon reversed. The Moon reversed with intentions. That's always a difficult one. He knows that he wants to bring you into his life in some capacity. And I think I know what capacity that is. You know, you guys are already friends, but I think he does want to take it to the next level, try to take it to the next levels as much as he can. I don't know how far away the two of you live from one another. I know this is online. So I don't know how much physical distance there is between the two of you, but I do see him wanting to bring you into his life. He's just not sure how and what capacity entirely yet with this Moon reverse. And I think that's where the communication comes in, is he wants to get to know, who you are now. We've all changed over the years. We all do change and grow. And I think he likewise wants you to learn and discover the gentleman who he's become today. And that will determine, whether he really does want to move forward with you and you wanting to move forward with him. I think there's a lot that the two of you need to talk about. Not heavy stuff, but just, where you guys are at now and what you've been up to and ultimately what you're looking for, I think. We live 2.5 hours apart, so distance is a difficulty. Yeah, that could pose a factor there. Yeah, that is a bit of a distance. And that could be this questioning too, is like how I want to make this work. He wants to make this work with this Magician card, Page of Pentacles. He wants to make it work, but he's not knowing how to make it work. With this Page of Wands reversed and the Moon reversed, he is. But the gears are turning. The gears are turning. He is thinking, if we get close enough, I could make adjustments into my life to be closer to her. That's what this Two of Pentacles is all about, is making adjustments in one's life, making room in one's life for another person. And I think that the distance there is absolutely something that he's taken into account. I don't think he's looking for something super long distance with you at the very least. I don't think he's looking for long distance with anyone. So that's where I believe that Two of Pentacles is in there. Is he knows that he has to he has to be tactful and strategic in figuring out how to make space for you in his life and be there for you. And I think he's also questioning if he has, the time, the resources, assessing those things. The gears are definitely turning. But he also just really wants to get to know you more and figure out who you are now, more, reconnect with you, and see where things go. So this looks good. Tina. This is someone who's genuinely interested in you, and I do believe his intentions are good. He doesn't want to hurt you. He's not looking for something, lightweight or anything like that. I think this is genuine. But there are real obstacles there that can be overcome, and that's what he's trying to figure out. Especially with the Magician card, I'm going to use all my resources. I need to utilize all my resources to figure out how to make this happen. If things move in that direction emotionally. So, yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, Tina. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for your donation. I hope I brought you clarity there. I suggest, just keep talking to him. See where things go. See, how much you like who he is now, too, because people do change. And yeah, just getting to know one another, I think, is really wise. Taking it slow. What is going on here? Sorry, 1 second. Okay. All right, you're very welcome, Tina. You're so welcome, girl. Smiley198E7. Thank you very much for your donation. Please go ahead. Oh, you already have your question. Perfect. All right, and you donated $19.99. And did you want this to be a full reading, or did you have 2 questions? What are Tonia's and a Virgo girl 444? You donated. Where did you donate? A Virgo girl. I don't see your donation, love. And Smiley, what is your name and what is your sign? And what is Tonia's sign? On my Cashapp. Okay, let me double check because I didn't get a notification. On my Cashapp. Oh, a Vero Go Girl. Is there another username that you use that I would know? Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know if you were Shani, and I'm so sorry, girl. I'm so sorry. I wrote your name as Shani. I'm sorry, baby. Let me change that real quick. Sorry about that, Shani. All right. And Smiley, you are a Pisces. Smiley, what? I need to know your name. No, you will be next though, Mart 80. You'll be next. Thank you. We're currently on Smiley. Smiley, I need to know what your name is. And did you just want me to ask what her intentions are towards you? Or do you want me to ask her thoughts, feelings, and intentions? Todd, okay. And did you just want me to ask intentions? Or I can do my thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread if you'd like. And what's Tonya's sign? Tanya, sorry. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Tonya's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Todd? Woo! Sorry about that. Okay. So she's a Cancer. You're a Pisces. Alrighty, let's see here. We have Three of Wands reversed, Five of Cups, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Six of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Ace of Cups, the Sun, the Empress, and Page of Wands reversed. So I don't know, are you guys currently dating right now? Or is this, because we'll start with your general energy. We have the Three of Wands reversed here. This is indicative of impatience. This is feeling impatient. So if you're feeling, are you feeling like things are not moving at the speed that you'd like them to right now? Her general energies, we have Queen of Swords, your friends, okay, yeah, because I'm not, yeah, we do have one cup here, and for this Five of Cups, there's a lot. Yeah, her general energies, we have the Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. I don't know how long the two of you have been friends. The Queen of Swords reversed can signify one of two things here. Either she's bitter about her past with you. Well, actually, one of three things. Either she's bitter about something that happened between you and her in the past, or she's bitter about something that happened between, she's still bitter and still like thinking about something, an injustice that was done towards her, someone hurt her, she's feeling bitter about someone else. And or she could be, because she's been hurt not too long ago, because she hasn't been hurt too long ago, it's still there, and with that energy comes the Queen of Swords reversed. Upright, she's a very fair, like she makes fair judgments. With this Queen of Swords reversed, she's very judgmental. She's definitely, and I'm not saying that she's like prejudiced or looking at you, you know, but in a really harsh way. But yeah, I would have, yeah, she is definitely taking note of a lot of all of your actions and your words, and can be a little harsh with some of them, or she can react kind of harshly to some of them, not towards, and possibly not towards you, but like when she goes home and reflects, is more the energy that I'm getting. With this Page of Wands reversed, yeah, she actually might say things that if you do say something or do something that isn't completely to her liking. The Page of Wands reverse, that's the type of person who can be kind of prone to tantrums. They're impatient. She's got very, very high standards in her life for everyone. And I'm not saying that they're too high, but they may be a little unrealistic. Only because there's a lack of balance here when I look at the rest of the cards. And she definitely has a difficult time committing to any one person. I know you guys are friends, but even in friendship, she has a difficult time fully committing and connecting with someone. Thank you very much for your donation, Wendy. Let me quickly add you here to the list. Sorry, Todd, one sec. Oh, come on. Sorry, give me 1 second, please. There we go. Oh, geez, okay. All right. No. Okay. Sorry. All right. Okay, Todd. Her thoughts towards you. We have the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. There's something that she's feeling possibly guilty about or regretful about in terms of her behavior and actions towards you. I think she knows that, and I think this comes with this Queen of Swords reversed, coming from a bitter place, coming from a place of judgment. I think sometimes she recognizes that she can judge too harshly as well, and then it just ends up hurting her. So there's some guilt here with this Five of Cups, but I do like this Ace of Cups. She definitely does value you and does have, affection for you, cares about you. Her feelings, we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed and the Sun. With this Ten of Pentacles reversed, I don't think she's I don't think she's looking for something really not long term, but because I know you guys are just friends, but if things did move to friendship, I don't think that, or if things moved from friendship to romance. What number am I on the list? I will step out real quick. You're second on the list. I just posted it. Thank you. With this Ten of Pentacles reversed, I just don't feel like she's looking for something. And I feel like she realizes this. I think she knows that you have feelings for her, if I'm not mistaken, and that you would like, something ideally to grow between the two of you. And she doesn't want you out of her life. She does still want you in her life. And she definitely sees your light and your warmth and wants it in her life. But she's just not ready to fully give in either a friendship or a romantic connection. Her intentions, we have the Six of Wands reversed and the Empress. I don't, this Nine of Pentacles reversed, Six of Wands reversed. I don't think, as much as she does value you and appreciates and enjoys spending time with you, Todd, I don't know, again, I don't know how long you guys have been friends for, but the Six of Wands reversed is a lack of victory, is a lack of a win. I don't think she sees things as a long-term victory for you and her. And I say that because kind of what I was saying here earlier is I think she is aware that you do want something more from her. She does want your friendship, but in terms of meeting you there halfway, or meeting you there, in a romantic sense, I don't think she sees it as very promising. Yet we do have this Empress card right underneath here. The Empress is a signifier that you help her feel. I don't know if it's you help her feel or you help her step into her divine feminine energies. And that's not to say that you're the only thing that helps her step, or the person, or only thing in the world that helps her connect with her divine feminine energies. But I'm going to assume that there's that you do treat her very right, you do treat her very lovely, and you make her feel special, you make her feel beautiful, you make her feel wanted, and she does really love that. I hate to put it this way, but what I'm kind of seeing here is I feel like she loves that you look. I don't know if you love her, but she loves how you love her. She loves how you show affection to her. She loves how that makes her feel. Yet there's feelings of guilt. That's where I'm like, why is she feeling guilty for receiving love from you? Why is she feeling like wouldn't be a win? Yet she feels like she's seated, you make her feel very beautiful and feminine. Why does she want to bask in your sunlight yet not want to meet you halfway, in terms of what I think you're looking for with her? So I can see your patience. Again, I don't know how long you guys have been friends for, but I sense that your patience is wearing thin here. I don't know how long she's been friends with you and possibly on the fence here. But it doesn't look like she's so much on the fence as she knows that she likes how you make her feel. But does she have the emotional wherewithal to meet you halfway and reciprocate that? I think that's something she's aware of that she doesn't have. I think that's where these feelings of guilt come in here, because that really, at first, this card really spoke out to me. I'm like, why is she feeling guilty here? The Five of Cups, guilt, regret, loss. Why would she be feeling guilty feelings? So I think that she has definitely a certain level of self-awareness here. Doesn't sound like she's communicating it, and it doesn't look like she's likely going to end the friendship. I don't think she wants to end the friendship. I think she still wants your friendship, and she will continue to want your friendship. But if you're looking for something more, I don't. It looks like she doesn't feel like it would work. But if you're happy just being her friend, I do see things, being long term if you're content with that. And I think the best way to figure out if you'd be fine with that is, and this is going to sound really mean, but please hear me out, okay? If you weren't physically attracted to her, would you consider her a solid friend, like a ride or die, who you could call at any time and she'll be there for you, she's got your back? Like, maybe it's, there's nothing romantic there, but it's a strong ass friendship, strong heterosocial friendship between a man and a woman, of which there are many, and they exist, and they're happy and they're good. But that's something that I think is important to take into account is, if the attraction wasn't there, would you, like, if she looked totally different but was the same person, would you still want to be friends with her? Do you feel like she's really got your back at the end of the day? Because I think that's just the most important thing here is, I'm not saying she's using you to feel a certain type of way, but when I see that lack of reciprocity there, she's not meeting you halfway, and I have no doubt that you treat her very, very well. I can see by how she feels with you. But I think that's something important to take into account there, and reflect on. And I don't want to say that it's like totally like not possible that that this would work, but where in terms of where she stands with her thoughts and her feelings, she doesn't think that this would work romantically, but in terms of friendship, she does appreciate it. Thank you. I think she was using me. Yeah. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, my friend. I've seen it happen with both genders. I've seen women do it to men. I've seen men do it to women, and I've been there. I think a lot of us have. And when I finally did that exercise, like if I didn't find this person attractive, would I still want to be friends with them? I think that's a good way of looking at it. Like, because friendship's very important too. And if she's, yeah, you got to be treated right. And you are so welcome, Smiley. Thank you very, very much, love. I appreciate you. You got this, man. You got this. Mar 30. Mar 30. We're supposed to be living together. Oh, you guys have plans to move in together as roommates? Are you ready for that? Or would you be happy with that? If that's the other thing too. Would you be cool living with her and having it be totally platonic, and she might possibly bring another guy home or something like that? Is that something you'd want to see? Or a lot of things to take into consideration there. Yeah. Well, I hope it's a good living situation if it still pans out, and yeah, just lots of things to take into consideration. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Mar 30, thank you for your donation, Mar 30. Mar 30, you donated for a general mini reading. Okay. I'm just going to wait till Mar 30 is here because I also need to know what their name is. Hi, Mar 30. What is your first name? And what is your sign? Mari, okay. And you just wanted a general reading, right, love? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Mari with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. You're a Capricorn, okay. Page of Cups reversed. The Emperor. Page of Pentacles reversed. Three of Cups. And Ace of Cups. Okay. All right. I like this energy. I like this. Okay. So spiritually, I didn't mean it like that. Well, I do mean it like that. In a spiritual sense, spirit, your angels, your messengers, your guides are saying that you're on the right path. You're very much on the right path. You have a lot of agency in your life right now with this Emperor card. I don't know if you feel like you have a lot of agency in your life, but you do. You have a whole lot going on for you. And if you're not feeling super stable or confident right now, or if you're feeling insecure, I'd be very surprised, because the Emperor is definitely energy of feeling secure, feeling strong, feeling as though you've got this. You're the Emperor of your kingdom, and you've got it in check. For the most part, and I'm gonna get to that in a moment. Are you single right now, Mari? Because there's something here about romance. We've got this Ace of Cups, this the Three of Cups is not about romance. Three of Cups. This is actually wonderful. I love seeing this card around the holiday times. You're gonna have a really lovely holiday season. I don't know if you have parties that you're planning on going to, or if you're planning on having a party yourself. But there's going to be a lot of harmony and celebrations coming up in the near future over the next month or so, which really checks out because it's holiday time. I don't know if you've got a lot of plans or anything, but Spirit's saying that it's going to be very enjoyable. And Spirit is saying, yeah, you're on the right path. Spiritually, you've been going through a heartbreak 1 year ago, broke up, I can't seem to let go, haven't spoken for a year. Yeah, and that's this Ace. I was going to say that's this Ace of Cups. It's not Two of Cups. You still, and here's the beautiful thing. And I'm sorry to hear that, love. I'm sorry that you can't seem to let go. You still have self-love. Hope it gets better soon. Slowly but surely, I'm feeling good. That's what Spirit's saying. Spirit's saying, honey, like this will come to a close soon. Like you said, that you've been going through a heartache. 1 year ago, it happened. A lot of time has passed, and time heals all wounds. And Spirit's commending you. Like, you still have self-love. You still love yourself. You still know your value. And when one is, looking for a new love or hoping to find a new love, that's key. That is clutch. People can pick up on that from miles away. If you have self-love, if you care about yourself, if you radiate confidence, people pick up on that, and they're very attracted to that. But Spirit is also acknowledging that despite and you being a Capricorn, I'm assuming you're an extremely hard worker. You're very focused. You're very vigilant. But when it comes to the romance department, it's been difficult. It's been hard for you to get over this particular person, this particular situation, with this Page of Cups reversed. Hard to let go with this Page of Pentacles reversed. Spirit acknowledges it, but Spirit's also acknowledging that healing is almost entirely completed. And I don't get to say that very often because there's no real timeline when it comes to healing, but Spirit's saying that you're at the finish line, love. You really are, and I think that's going to be when it's like, I don't know if you're feeling ready to start dating again, start finding love soon, but if you're not feeling ready now, I think you're going to start feeling ready very soon. Finding that new Page of Cups in your life, that new love inspiration. Like, I don't know if you're actively dating right now or like putting yourself out there. Again, if you're not feeling ready, don't jump into it. But you'll know when you feel ready. And Spirit's saying that you're going to feel ready soon. Also, with this Emperor card, girl, this could very well be a man on your horizon once you start dating. There's definitely a man out there. I can assure you for that. I can assure you on that. And the Emperor is, the counterpart to the Empress. You want to see the Emperor. You want to see the King of Cups when we're talking about our partners. If they're masculine, if they're male. Otherwise, you want to see the Queen of Cups or the Empress. But in this case, this is also a sign that a gentleman is coming into your life. I really hope so. Sometimes I feel stuck. I feel like I'm ready. Sometimes then I don't. Yeah. Well, if sometimes you feel like you're ready and then sometimes you don't, you might just want to dip your toe in the water a little bit. Try it out. Go back into dating maybe just for, just try it out for maybe a week or so, if that. And if you're still feeling like just not into it, not really wanting to put effort into it right now, it's totally fine to take a breather and take a step back. That's interesting, and I just read what you wrote. Sometimes I feel more, I move steps forward than back, and that's fine. That's totally fine, girl. That's totally fine, Mari. That's exactly what I'm seeing here is, and I'm hearing from Spirit. That's so weird. I literally said that before I read that message. It's fine. It's fine to go forward and take a step back. Trust me. I've been told that by my guides. I've been told that by my therapist. I've been told that by a lot of people. It's totally fine. Totally fine. And especially if you do find someone and they disappoint you, then, it's back to square one. Not as long, if, say you go on a date with someone and it doesn't work out and it kind of disappoints you, you may need a few days to get over it or so, it's just the name of the game. We might get hurt when we step forward, that's the Fool. The Fool is actually very wise. The Fool knows that if you never step forward into anything, you'll never get hurt, you'll never fall off the cliff and get injured, but you'll also never find what that happiness is that you're looking for on your journey. So there's always that risk, that's just the name of the game. But I do believe that intuitively you'll know when you're really fully ready. And again, it's all good to take steps forward and move back. It's all fine as long as you're feeling comfortable and healed and just in keeping the wheels turning, which is what Spirit's saying you're doing. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. So I love the general read. So, but yes, me too. Me too. Very positive. Very positive. I really like that energy. Yeah, I love here. I just love it when spirits say that you're on the right path. That's such a good confirmation there. It's like, okay. So yeah, looks really good. Looks really good, Mari. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate you. And I hope I brought you clarity there. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Shani, thank you for your donation, Shani. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Hi, Shani. Will me and Juwan become more serious one day? Let's see. And Shani, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on your sign. What is your sign again? And what is Juwan's sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Shani and Juwan become more serious one day? You're Virgo, and he is a Leo. Okay. Oh my god, yeah, because your username is normally Virgo Girl. Oh, I'm seeing it as Aviro. A Virgo Girl. That's how I was reading it. I feel like such an idiot. I remember, because you're Virgo Girl. Ugh. Yeah, YouTube's being weird. Okay, we have 5 of Swords reversed, 9 of Pentacles reversed, 7 of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords reversed, It doesn't look very promising. Shani, I'm sorry. We were talking, or I don't know if you were listening, but I was doing a reading for someone, I was doing a reading for someone, and we were talking about planting seeds and, taking the risk of planting that seed, because it might grow and it might not. It might, and this has been a theme tonight, I feel, with almost everyone's readings is, love might work or it might not. And when it comes to Juwan, he's not. You're very brave. I feel like you're definitely willing to take the risk there. Like, yeah, I might get hurt if we move forward, but I'm willing to take that risk and give it a shot. But when it comes to him, he's very, very scared of planting that seed. He's very scared of starting something long term, growing long term, starting something and growing something long term with this Nine of Pentacles reversed. He's had difficulties in the past when it comes to creating a stable foundation for a relationship. And he's definitely had his share of heartache, as we all have. He's very scared, very scared. He doesn't want to feel, he's totally reticent about feeling, like he won't move forward if there's a chance of things not working. And that's just the name of the game, is there's always a chance that things might not work in love, in any kind of relationship. Things might not last forever. And he's just not willing to accept a loss, a potential loss. I wish he saw it more as, if I don't move forward, then I will be possibly suffering a potential defeat. But he's just not seeing it like that. He's the Fool reversed is the card I haven't pulled at all tonight, but should be in everyone's readings. Is this guy's the Fool reversed? He's very scared of moving forward. He's not actually, the Fool is actually very wise. Fool reversed is an actual fool. Yeah, he's definitely been hurt in the past. This Queen of Swords reversed, he's still bitter about his past and how he was hurt and is not healed. He's not healed. Does he like you? Does he have feelings towards you? Does he enjoy talking to you, spending, energy and time with you? Yes. With this Queen of Pentacles, he thinks you're very beautiful, thinks you're a wonderful woman. You guys get along. I don't sense any contention or argumentation between the two of you. It feels very harmonious, but with the exception of this fear that he's got. And fear is the opposite of love. I always forget to mention that, yeah, just like what I'm talking about, fear is literally the opposite of love. If we are fearful, we're not going to, there's no way to attain love through fear. And he's holding on to that fear with, like, his grip very, very tight. So I don't want to say it's totally impossible, but it's less likely to grow into something more serious. Just as things are right now, and these are just current energies. He could change. His fear could dissipate. He could heal in time, or have some kind of revelation of some type. But as it stands right now, his fear is getting the best of him. I really like him, but I'm gonna start having to pull back. Yeah. If you feel like if you feel like, because I don't know how long it's been, but if you feel like it's just been too long and he's just dragging his feet and you're seeing no progress, that might be in your best interests. Keeping the door open is fine too, but pulling back, just pulling back your energies. And I think there's nothing wrong with pulling back one's energies if you feel someone, especially if you feel someone else pulling back their energies. It's, reciprocation. You don't want to be giving someone all your time and energy when they're, just, not giving all of theirs, or not giving as much to you. It needs to be reciprocated. So I would just match his energies, and I wouldn't call it completely over or call it quits, but, yeah, I would definitely keep my options open too. You talk all day, actually. Okay, interesting. You guys talk all day. So you don't feel him pulling back his energies from you. It's more you're feeling the fear. Yeah, and he really appreciates your friendship. That Queen of Pentacles there, he definitely appreciates your friendship for sure. But that fear, that fear is very much there. And I was going to mention that too. I was like, I don't even know if you mentioned that he's pulling his energies away. It's more, I'm getting not so much that he's pulling his energies away, but just fear. But yeah, if you feel like that might get him to realize what he's missing, possibly he's not over his ex. He lies and says he is. Ah, okay. Yeah. And that's precisely what I was seeing, that Queen of Swords reverse, like not over someone. He's not over. And it could also be he's not over the pain, or he's not over, the connection that was there. He could be over her and just not over the pain, or it could be, he's not over her either. It could be a combo, but there's something holding him back, and if she disappointed him very recently too, I see that fear as well. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Shani. I appreciate you as always, and sorry about the name mix up there. Hope I brought you clarity. Yeah, thank you very, very much, love. Hi, Wendy. All right. I went to the singles dinner party. It was raining really hard, so a lot of people didn't show up. Aw. People were nice, but no sparks. Was this last night? It was on Thursday. Okay. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I'm sorry, hun. Yeah, the weather, the cold, definitely puts a damper on dating for sure. I've noticed. Like even like if I do have a date, like in the wintertime, half the time I don't want to go because it's just so freaking cold out. And especially if it's raining, driving and stuff like that. So, and the holiday times, yeah, it can be tough. Definitely some business owners trying to show off, but I wasn't feeling their vibes. Yeah, we called that for sure. It's okay. I'm glad I went. I'm glad you went too, for sure. Finally getting used to talking to new people. See, that's my thing too, is I need to get used to talking to new people. It's really helping going to temple and going to my class. Went to Banya last night, went to the bathhouse that I love, and, talked to some strangers. That's my thing that I'm working on, is learning how to talk to strangers. I know how to, but I just want to improve my skills. I wish there was a class on it. Like how to be more social, how to get rid of your social anxiety. And that's a wonderful way of doing it. Just putting yourself out there. Right? I forgot how to be more engaged. Yeah, no, and that happens to me sometimes too, especially like on dates. Like sometimes there's just like awkward silences, and I'm just like, I used to be able to fill these much better in the past. But it's all practice, it's all practice. It's all practice, and the more you practice, the more you learn. There were definitely awkward silences to be expected, definitely to be expected, I'm sure. You got it, Wendy. Ooh, let's do a throwdown, yeah? Yeah, I think we should. We'll do Portugal on the left, 2 columns, Italy on the right, 2 columns, general energies in the center. Yeah. How exciting, girl. I gotta tell you about my travels. I got some travels planned up for my birthday. I'm really excited about. Might not, I mean, I'll have to announce them on here at some point, but it might be a little controversial. Anyway, angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy's next trip abroad be to Portugal or Italy? I've never been to Portugal. I've spent quite a bit of time in Italy. Love Italy. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. I really want to go to Portugal. That's right. That's not too far away for you. Wait, what's not too far away for me? I'm so confused. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. I just forget what I just said. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Where should Wendy's next travel destination be? Portugal or Italy? Oh, yeah, it is. I keep on saying it's 3 months away. No, it's 1 month away. Well, anyway. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Where should Wendy's next travel destination be? Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Where should Wendy's next travel destination be? Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Where should Wendy's next travel destination be? Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Where should Wendy's next travel destination be? Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Where should Wendy's next travel destination be? Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Portugal or Italy? Oh, fabulous. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm trying to get all the dates squared away. I was actually trying to do that last night. I gotta do that soon, especially depending on where I want to go. I think I want to spend like a week in Paris and a week in Tel Aviv. I want to go to Israel. That's where I want to go. Okay, we have the Fool. Ace of Cups reversed. King of Swords reversed. 6 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles reversed. The Emperor reversed. King of Cups reversed. Knight of Wands. King of Pentacles reversed. And 3 of Swords. Well, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start in the center. We have the King of Swords reversed and the Knight of Wands. King of Swords reversed is saying to really look at both places in every single detail, which I'm sure you've already done a whole bit of. To really look at at each place with great detail. Overall, they're saying yes, go forth with this Knight of Wands. They do want you to travel abroad for sure with this Knight of Wands. But here we have Portugal. I got really excited when I saw the Fool. That's all about taking a trip. But we have the Emperor right underneath, reversed. The Fool is, as I've been talking about a lot tonight, and like that seems to be the card that didn't come up all night in its reverse form. Now it finally came up in its upright form. About taking that chance, taking that leap of faith. However, I don't think you're going to be as fond of Portugal as Italy. With this Ace of Cups reversed, I don't sense a fondness. And I'm not saying that's not. I'm sure you would love it. I'm sure you would like it. But in terms of in comparison to Italy, there's just something else there that you would really, really love and be extremely fond of. And with the Emperor reversed and the King of Cups reversed, this is telling me that there might be a rapscallion, a Portuguese schmuck who may try to win your affections and ends up being corrupted King of Cups reversed, emotionally manipulative or emotionally unavailable, leading you on to think that he is an ideal male candidate in your life, but not actually looking for something solid. But again, we are talking about travel, so when we are dating and traveling, it's a little more lighthearted for sure. But I feel like there's a particular fellow in Portugal that you would actually really, really like, but he would possibly end up disappointing you. I don't think it's the actual place that would disappoint you. But I do see you having, and I think that's where this Ace of Cups reverse comes in. I feel like there's someone there that might sully the experience of being in Portugal for you. You could still meet someone in a week, girl. You can still, especially you, girl, you're gorgeous. And you'd be going out, you're on vacation, and the thing is, lighthearted dating while we're traveling, it's fun. But the problem is, I feel like he's deceptive. This guy's going to be deceptive and make it seem like, oh, we should move to Portugal. We could start a life together. And I know you don't, excuse me, I know you don't fall for things like that very easily. Excuse me, you're very, very discerning. But I see that as the disappointment. I've learned my lesson about falling in love abroad. Yeah. So maybe there isn't, but I'm seeing this male energy that's corrupted, and then a lack of fondness. And I'm like, well, why would homegirl be lack fondness for Portugal? It's a beautiful country. I've never been there, but that tells me, especially when it's emotional, that there might be some kind of someone out there who might try to manipulate your emotions in Portugal, or you might just not like it. It's one of the two. Or yeah, they could just be annoying men. I don't know what Portuguese men are like. Italian men are they're gorgeous. You can't tell if they're gay or straight though. They all dress so well, and they're very forthright with women, but not in a disrespectful way. And I feel like Italy is just going to be very. It's going to bring back memories. I know you've never been to Italy, but you're just going to feel like a deep fondness for it, like you've been there before. Almost like, like past life revisitation, like you had a past life in Italy, and just feeling like a deep connection and reverence for the land and the country. But I can't help but notice this King of Pentacles reversed and this Ten of Pentacles reversed. I do think that Italy is going to be slightly more expensive. I don't want to say slightly. I think it's going to be a bit more expensive than Portugal. If I know what I know, I do believe that the Portuguese economy is not nearly as strong as the Italian economy. I don't even know how strong the economy is right now in Italy, but I do think it is stronger than Portugal. I could be wrong though. But I do see it costing quite a bit, but I also don't think it's not worth your money, your investment in this. I think it'll be worth it, but it will empty your wallet a little bit. And I don't like this Three of Swords. This is disappointment. So Spirit's definitely saying to travel and go forth, but I'm to be honest, I'm not really liking either of these. I mean, Italy is lovely, but it's costing a lot of money. Ten of Pentacles reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, and then there's some kind of disappointment. That could be from possibly the cost of the trip itself, maybe not feeling like you got a full return on your investment in the trip. Yeah, I do think that's going to be more the issue with Italy. Is you'll be very fond of it, but it's quite a bit more expensive. So definitely go forth. Yeah, my concern is that I won't have enough time to justify that cost. Yes, yeah, I hear you there. I 100 when you travel that far, we know how jet lag works. It's we can try and fight it as much as we can. But and I have so many different methods of fighting jet lag at this point, and it's almost impossible to just overcome. Um, So one really does need a little bit more time to justify that cost. You're absolutely right. Um, yeah, that's why when I'm thinking about my travels for my birthday, I have to really think about like my work schedule and everything. Yeah, everyone does. Everyone gets really bad jet lag because we're not supposed to our bodies are just not designed to be flung across the time zones. And we have our circadian rhythm, and so there's they haven't made a pill for it yet, but I guess coffee and Ambien is what my doctor tells me. um, it's forcing yourself to sleep at the time you need to sleep, forcing yourself to wake up when you have to. If you need to drink hella coffee, do that, but it's a lot of discipline and it can feel exhausting. And what I hate about jet lag is it affects more. It's not just exhausting, but it also affects my body temperature. And it also makes me really dehydrated. Just does some wonky stuff to my body, but yeah. So if you could find a way to spend more time there, which I don't know if you can, I would definitely look at other countries. Um, yeah, it could get you sick if you're not mindful of it and hydrating and um, wearing lots of layers and whatnot. So um, go forth, girl. I definitely travel. I hear that, I see that with spirit, but I think that's that King of Swords reverse as well, is look at other places too. um, I'm sure there's tons of other countries you'd love to visit. um, it might not be so expensive. um, are you dead set on Europe? Girl, because I was just going to, girl, I was just going to say, like, because Eastern Europe is very affordable. And there, I've always wanted to go to Prague. That's to me, that seems like the crown jewel of Eastern Europe. Um, there's a cathedral called Kostnice, Kostnice. I've always, since I was a teenager, I've wanted to go. It's entirely made out of bones. It's like a catacomb cathedral. Um, Totally, it does. It has magical is the operative word there. Yeah, I think you. I don't know if you remember, but I went to Lithuania, Vilnius in Lithuania, a couple of years ago, and it was so much fun. It was really cool. It's a beautiful little fairy tale town. Looks like just like out of Pinocchio or something. Like it was fun. It was cool. Good good food. Everything was so affordable. Like a cocktail was like €4 or something. Like everything was just so cheap. Um, and Lithuanians, Eastern European people, at least the ones I met, loved Americans. They're like, oh, I love talking to Americans. We love when Americans come to visit here. You guys are so friendly. You guys say hello and talk. Like this was my Uber driver. I'm like, wait, people don't say hello? He's like, not in Eastern Europe. No, if you're walking down the street, like people don't just say hi. Like, or if I pick up like an Uber driver or a passenger, they don't talk to me. But Americans always do. That you guys are so friendly. I'm like, oh, sweet. I heard they're a lot more warm than Northern Europe. In Eastern Europe, they're a lot more warm. He was telling me that Eastern Europe is just cold. It's just cold, no matter what. Like people are just kind of, they're not mean. It's just just their culture. Um, Scandinavia too, but that's kind of expensive too. Going farther north. Yeah. Yeah, they're more friendly. Yeah, yeah. And I have no doubt that it varies from country to country too. Like my brother's living in Ukraine right now, and the people there seem incredibly warm, very, very warm, and very accepting. Um, yeah, towards Americans at least. Yeah, for sure. And especially if you can pick up a few words in their language, they love that too. But most of the time, they just want to practice their English on you too. But yeah, Lithuania was great. Very affordable. And then the nice thing about those places too is you can stay there for a couple of days and then take the train to another city. You know, it's super easy, affordable. I'm trying to go to two, hopefully, at least one very special one. Really want to go back to Israel, spend more time in Tel Aviv and check out the drag scene, check out the art museums. Um, And I was hoping while I was there to spend maybe a week in Paris, because you know how I feel about Paris. Just a week. And then I was like, just a week in Paris is not long enough. But it is. It is. For me, it's long enough. It's not like I have to fit in. I've seen so much there. I've spent so much time there. I just go to my favorite things, you know. But I haven't gotten it all planned out, but I know it will. Last night I was so close to booking something, so it'll probably be booked in the next few days or so. Really excited. Yeah. It's gonna be cold. My birthday is always cold. And it's freezing in Israel. It snows. It snowed in Paris today. We had their first snow today. Um, so I just wear lots of thermals and stuff. I want to go to Greece, my spiritual homeland. Yeah, Greece is on my list too. I've never been to Greece. I'd love to go to Athens. Yeah, my brother's been quite a few times, if I'm not mistaken. He lives in Istanbul, so you know it's easy to travel to those countries. Like I said, it's a quick plane ride, like a little shuttle plane ride or a train. It's really easy. And really nice. Yeah, Greece sounds wonderful. I'd love to go. Really, I never told you. Yeah, my brother's lived in Istanbul for about almost 12 years now, maybe 10. Um, his fiance lives there. He's temporarily in Ukraine teaching for just a little less than a year until his wedding next year. And then he'll be back. He'll be going back to Istanbul. He loves it there. Istanbul is a great city. I don't know if you've been there. I don't know if you've been there, girl, but have you thought about Istanbul? That's a very affordable place to go. There, as my future sister-in-law said to me, the Turkish lira is about as valuable as toilet paper. Um, so, you know, and no disrespect to their economy, I feel like a creep saying this, but like it is kind of it's like going to Mexico or something, you know, like the exchange rate is so good. Like, again, food, drinks, entertainment, like lodging, it's all very, very affordable. That's why people go there for like hell of cheap plastic surgery that's really, really good, you know, or dental work and stuff like that. Um, for solo travel for women, would I say it's safe for solo travel for women? I'd say yeah. There's a lot of women that go there for plastic surgery, but I don't know. I think they often go with maybe a friend. I don't know. As a woman, I went there with a man, my friend, and then he had to leave, and I was just there by myself. But my brother and his fiance lived there. But when I was out and about by myself, I didn't feel threatened. It was the exact opposite. Men don't talk to single women in like, I mean, maybe sometimes in Istanbul, but largely in Middle Eastern cultures, that's a no-no. So my brother like warned me, like, you know, if you go into a shop, they're gonna heckle you and, you know, offer you this, that, and the other. I felt invisible, girl. I told him that. I was like, dude, I went to both the markets. I even wanted to buy something at a market, and I had to look for help. And then they brought a woman out from the back to help me. Like, so it's weird. It's like, wow, great. Like, no one wants to talk to me. I'm invisible, but it's nice because you're safe. I do feel like it's safe. Um, but you do have to, be wary as a solo female traveler. But yeah, that's largely what I've noticed is just like they won't talk to you if you're by yourself. So no schmucks, no guys, being weird or annoying. You won't encounter that because they won't talk to you. Um, yeah, even with women. Well, no, women talk to me for sure. Yeah, women talk to me. It's just men. And I don't know if I ever told you the keeper story. My brother introduced me to his landlord slash like the owner of the general store underneath his apartment. Older gentleman, maybe in his 70s, very traditional Islamic man. And he was like, "Oh, I can understand a little bit of Turkish, very little." I noticed my brother said, "My sister's here from San Francisco." And I said, "Hello," or whatever hi is in Turkish. I knew it then. And he didn't respond. He didn't even look at me. He continued talking to my brother and didn't say hi and didn't make eye contact with me. And when we left, I asked my brother, I'm like, what was that? What did he say about me? And he was like, "Oh, you don't want to know." I'm like, "Yes, I do. No, I really do." He's like, "No, you don't want to know because the word doesn't translate well in English, okay?" I'm like, "What was it?" He was like, "Okay, he asked where your keeper was." I'm like, "My keeper?" So, yeah, and no tea, no shade. He's an older guy, outdated, yeah, outdated modes of looking at men and women for sure, both, outdated and culturally speaking. But yeah, he was curious, like, why is she not married? Because that's very odd, being 40 and not married. That is not something that's very common in Middle Eastern culture too. So I think they think like, what is she, a lesbian, or is she divorced, or who knows, who knows. But in terms of safety, I felt totally safe. Yeah. Um, Countries I didn't feel safe. I can't really think of any, to be honest. I think I'm a good solo traveler. Just being self-aware and making sure that you're not, when you are walking alone, that there's people around you and stuff like that. But I would look into that, girl. I know I didn't just give it. I did not just give Istanbul the best like PR there, but I did have a wonderful time, and I'm going back next year for my brother's wedding. I almost said his birthday, but his wedding. Looking forward to it, and yeah, no, it's a cool place. It's next to Israel and Tel Aviv. It's the most liberal of the Middle Eastern countries and cities. Turkey would be the most liberal, and then out of Turkey, the most liberal city is Istanbul for sure. And there's also two sides too. Istanbul's so cool. It's the only city that half of it is in Europe and half of it is in Asia. And the Asian side's a lot more conservative. Like it was 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and I ordered a cocktail, and I got like my server like looked at me like I was insane. I'm like, is vodka illegal here? What's going on? And they only served beer and wine. And I asked my brother, he's like, "Yeah, it's because we're on the Asian side. They don't serve liquor." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But you go to the other side, they're a lot more liberal. Let's see if I would try to find an Irish pub. That's really wise. That is very wise, girl. Yeah, try to find an Irish pub. They will protect you. That's actually no, it wasn't an Irish pub, but that's kind of how my brother and his fiance met. It was a Russian bar in Istanbul, and some guys were kind of harassing her a little bit, just being annoying. And so she kind of was just like, "Hey, can you sit near me and like make it look like I'm like not available, please?" And he was like, "Yeah," and just started chopping it up with her and like acted like they had been friends for years. That's how they met. You're thinking about moving to Greece. That's awesome, Austin. Do you have family there, or like citizenship or work that you'd think about doing there? I love that. Every time you feel a bit unsafe, just try to find an Irish pub. Yes, some guys in Paris wouldn't leave me alone, so I went to an Irish pub. The people there became my friends for the night. Aw, that's sweet. That's wonderful. Yeah, and people really like the Irish, well, not the English, but people really like the Irish in Europe. If you, well, you can't tell them that you're Irish, but if I tell someone I'm Irish and not American, they're usually just like, oh my God, yes, like we think you're so cool. The Irish are very respected in Europe for the things we went through. I'm assuming our tenacity. Yeah, no, that's a really smart idea, for sure. Sorry, guys, we're harassing you in Paris. That sucks. I find that men are not. They seem to be quite respectful in Paris. At least they were to me. But there's always those bad seeds, you know. I feel spiritually compelled there. Yeah, you should check it out, Austin. If you feel, spiritually compelled, yeah. Okay, so I have been on for 2 hours now, which means it's that time of night where I do last call for any and all donations. Last call tonight for all donations. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, I am here. You did? You did. I'm so sorry, and I didn't even see, Austin. Thank you so much for your donation, my friend. Thank you. Don't hesitate to let me know if I don't see it. I'm so sorry about that. Simila Space. If you want me to answer your question, all my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. Thank you. Okay. All right, Austin, please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. And thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Miss Wendy, for your donation. I appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity there. Yeah, definitely more things to consider for sure. All right. Should you move to Greece? Let's see. Let's see here. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Should Austin move to Greece? right, we have 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 8 of Cups reversed, the Empress reversed, and the Fool. Yeah, dude. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah. We've been talking about this card a lot tonight, the Fool. It came up with Wendy in her last reading about travel as well. The Fool, you know, I don't need to explain this to you, Austin. You know tarot. The Fool, go forth, my friend, go forth. And look at this, we have 6, 7, 8 of Cups. That is very Kabbalic. That is very Kabbalic. But let's get into this in the non-Kabbalic sense. You mentioned that you feel a spiritual calling there. My friend is going live. What do you mean by that, Shateria? 6 of Cups. This is you. This to me is resonating with what you told me. How you feel like you have a spiritual calling to move there. And this even showed up in Wendy's reading too. How this it's almost like a past life. I don't know if you're Greek. I don't know if you confirmed if you were Greek or not. But I wouldn't be surprised if you had a past life there. I feel like it would really just resonate for you. It would be like, almost like as if you've seen things before, and are revisiting like really cherished places, yet you've never been there before. I feel that way with Paris. I meant you're still going live, and oh, you meant me. Oh, I'm your friend. I know. I was gonna say, do you mean me, your friend? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm still going. Thank you, Shateria. Yeah, it would definitely. You'd find a lot of harmony there. You would really, really, really enjoy it. And Spirit is also saying that it's part of your destiny, yo. With the 7 of Cups, like this has been a dream of yours for a while. Maybe not too long, but it's been a dream. It's been a wish. And 7 of Cups is about wishes and wish fulfillment. And Spirit hears you, and Spirit's aware of this. That this is something that you want and you've wanted. However, that's the good news. And this isn't even bad news, it's just practical news. I don't know how much you've looked into the practicalities of actually being able to move there. As you know, I don't even watch the news, but I am aware that there's a lot going on in regards to immigration right now. And it's rather scary, and I don't just mean in terms of returning people to other countries when they've established residency here and lives here. I also mean in terms of other countries are starting to shut doors too as well. It's not as easy as it was in the past, and that's something. It's a hurdle that you can definitely move forward with this 8 of Cups reversed, but it is a challenge. It's going to be a challenge, and it may take a while. It may take a while with the Empress reversed. Empress being very slow energy, but also creative, furtive energy. Things brewing, things metaphorically pregnant. Being like not, being mentally pregnant with ideas that are brewing, almost as if there's like a fetus in your mind that's growing, that's being developed, and it takes time. It takes time to get all your ducks in a row here. Your pantheon is Greek. What do you mean by that? Your pantheon? Isn't a pantheon like a crematorium, or it's not a graveyard, but houses bodies, right? Or am I wrong? Oh, your deities are Greek. Okay. And that's fantastic. That's wonderful, Austin. But unfortunately, when it comes to the nuts and bolts of being able to live somewhere and work there and live there legally, it gets a little more complicated. That's why I was asking, like, do you have any Greek? Is your grandfather or grandmother Greek? Because then you could apply. I think you could apply for Greek citizenship, or if you have family over there or something like that, or a job that you're looking at over there. That's more what Spirit's saying needs to be hammered out. Unless you want to just free fall, and just see where the cookie crumbles, but it's much harder to live a nomadic life, I feel, out of one's country than within one's country. You got to make sure if anything happens to you health wise, you can go to the hospital. And although that's not so much of an issue in Europe, they don't hold you to the stake if you and they will take care of you if you don't have insurance or you can't afford your medical bills. They'll still take care of you, and they likely will not bill you. So that's not so much to worry about in Europe. They're pretty good about that, even with non-legal citizens. But depending on how you want to live your life, whether you want to continue with nutrition and health and fitness, or if you want to just focus on your spiritual work, that's fine too. Just got to make sure that you'd be able to do it while you're there, that you can make income while you're there, make a steady income, supports you. Finding a way to live there. But absolutely, Spirit is saying go forth. I definitely advise that you check it out first before just moving over there. I have no doubt that you'll love it, but you want to be positive that you love it before moving anywhere. And I don't know how common English is spoken in Greece. So you may need to learn some Greek too. Just a lot of factors to take into consideration there with the Empress reverse. And more details need to be hammered out in order for this idea that's impregnated in your mind to fully flourish and come to life and be full flesh. So answer is yes. Yeah. You're learning Greek. That's wonderful. That's great. Yeah, that'll be advantageous for sure. And just looking at the what's going on here? Sorry, one sec. Okay, I see. Just hammering out the smaller details and stuff like that. But yeah, no, Spirit's saying yes. Spirit's saying yes. It would be great for you. So, well, thank you so much, Austin. I really appreciate you. This looks good, and with that Seven of Cups too, that's also about hammering out the details, because they acknowledge that this is a wish of yours, and with the Seven of Cups, the clearer you can be, the more specific you can be about how you want something to unfurl and happen and pan out, the easier it is for your spirit guides to meet you halfway and help you with those things. So, yeah, thank you very, very much, Austin. Thank you. I do wonder if I do have a past life there. Yeah, I do too. It's quite possible. It's like what I was saying to Wendy. It's quite possible she has a past life in Italy. I have no doubt that I've had past lives in Paris, because it just clicks with me. It's clicked since day one. But it's also just an amazing place too. So maybe, who knows. Okay, we're doing last call tonight for any and all donations. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, I am right here for you. And whoever donates next will be next. Let's see. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. I'll do my best. to go on tomorrow. I do have my other job till 4:30. Last call tonight, everybody. Last call for any and all donations. So send your donation in if you have a question. Need to do a past life regression for that. Yeah, if you want to do a past life regression reading, Austin, I'm here for you. You know, I got you. I think I mentioned earlier, I've only seen one other tarot reader that did do past life readings. They weren't good. I don't think they knew what they were doing. I'm not saying I'm better or anything, but I don't think they've been studying I don't think they knew what past life regression therapy is. I think they were kind of just, I was a princess. I'm like, okay, I'm sure I was a princess. Yeah. Like, what's the likelihood of that? So I kind of thought it was, but I think asking it specifically like that too is great. You know, having a specific question about one's past life, like, did I have, you know, illustrate if I did have a past life in Italy or in Greece, you know, please illustrate it. Last call tonight. Last call, everybody, for any and all donations tonight. Thank you. If you have a question, hi Anna, thank you so much. Yeah, I will turn my time off. You are all good. Hope you're doing well. Okay, Miss Anna, thank you so much for your donation, sweetheart. Please go ahead and post your question right there. Will I be hearing from Hannah the Leo in 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah in the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah in the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah in the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Anna be hearing from Hannah within the next 3 weeks? Okay. Six of Wands, Ace of Swords, the Star, Page of Wands reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands reversed, Ten of Swords, Three of Wands reversed, and Three of Swords reversed, I'm getting similar. I feel like I'm remembering the last reading we asked about this, whether she was going to reach out to you within a certain amount of time. And I think I told you that she was on the fence. She goes back and forth. It's not determined. However, and I'm still getting the same answer here. However, it's looking a lot more promising than it did last time, and I'll get into it all. Okay. She does want a victory with you. She does want to win. She doesn't want this to just fizzle out completely and not be anything. Have you guys not spoken at all? Or how long has it been since the two of you spoke at all? Do you guys text or anything, or no communication? Because she is feeling trapped. She's feeling smothered and trapped right now. Not by you, but by external forces in her life. She does feel bound, possibly to another person. But it could also be she just watched all my stories. Okay, so she's definitely interested. Like, she's you're still on her mind. But I hate to repeat it, but the distance, difficult. It's very difficult, and I refuse to give in. I'm very controlled. Did you guys get into an argument? Is that why you mean by giving in, or were you the last person to reach out to her and you're waiting for her to reciprocate? Or I'm kind of confused. We got this Ace of Swords, girl. This is like the women watches stories of friends. Yeah, they do. That's true. I understand that. I understand that, Anna. But I'm seeing this Ace of, like, and I did want to say that, but I didn't, like, I wouldn't read too deeply into that, but it does show that, there is some interest there. She didn't have to look at your stories. I'm not saying that she looks at absolutely everybody's stories either. I know a lot of women do, but we're not all the same. But it sounds like you know her pretty well. But we do have this Ace of Swords here. This Ace of Swords. Swords is our voice. And the ace is the beginning of using one's voice again. She does want to communicate with you, but there's something, again, it's like I'm seeing this back and forth that yes, she wants to communicate. Yes, she doesn't want this to come to a close, but she doesn't know if she should. She wants to, but she doesn't know if she should. It's okay. I kind of figured it's a longer story than yeah, it's complicated. I understand. Yeah, there is still something holding her back. With this Knight of Wands reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, holding her back. Yet she still holds out hope. Oh yeah, girl, she's conflicted. She is conflicted. She was I swear she was conflicted last time I read for her about communication with you. It looks more promising than it did last time, but she's still, and I'll get to it in a moment, she's still conflicted. Here again, this beautiful star card. She still sees your light. She still thinks very highly of you. As much as I don't think it's healthy to read too much into someone looking at your stories, what I'm seeing here and what I'm sensing is yes, she is genuinely interested in you, Anna. It's not like she's just biding her time and looking at everyone's stories and maybe she's like on a break at work or something. It wasn't like that. When she read your stories, it's more deliberate. You guys had a connection, and very well still do. And she still holds out hope. The star is not just about seeing somebody else's light and basking in that light and really enjoying that light. It's a big part of why she might be looking at your stories too. She misses you. She misses that light that you emanate. But the star is also about hope. And the star is also about communication as well, flowing forth one's energies, one's communication, one's light, one's energy. Yet she's fearful that this may have come to an end with this Ten of Swords. And it's not on her end. She's fearful that you've moved on with this Ten of Swords. She still holds out hope that there's some kind of possibility, but she's wondering if your silence is a sign that things are over. So as much as she still holds a torch for you, as I see here, she doesn't know, we got the Knight of Wands reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. She doesn't know how or if she should take action. She wants to, but she's going back and forth. Like, as much as I want to, is this the right thing to do? Is she over me? Am I completely unattached? Would this be beneficial for us to start talking again? She really wants to, but there are, as you mentioned, it's complicated, or it's a long story, and I should imagine it's rather complicated too. There's a lot of factors to take into consideration here, and she's starting to feel impatient. She's wanted to talk to you for a while. This desire to reach out to you has been there for a while, but there's something that holds her back, and I think it's a few things. I think the distance. I think I do think she does talk to other girls in New York. She's single. She's a young lady. She's unbound. But I think that the feelings she has for you are quite strong. But there's that distance. There's, she wonders how single you are. She wonders if you've moved on. There's no communication, so how would she know? And how would you know? But I understand not wanting to reach out. But the message I keep on getting from Spirit is that it would not be to your disadvantage to reach out to her. And you wouldn't be chasing her. It wouldn't look like you were chasing her. And she would be very happy to hear from you. She's disappointed with how this all ended up. She didn't want it to end up with this silence. And with this being in its reversed form, I do think that she wants, to alleviate this disappointment and at least get to the bottom of things between the two of you, where she's at, where you're at, because neither of you know for sure where you guys are at emotionally, physically. I do want some clarity, just one last bit of clarity here with this Nine of Pentacles reversed. She's very guarded. Yeah, she's very, very guarded, very, very guarded, and she's evaluating her own life, and where she's at and where you're at. So it created this silence. I'm not saying the silence has caused her to feel guarded, but it kind of has. It kind of has. And I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming her. There just has been silence between the two of you. No communication. When there's no communication, you don't know where the other one's at. So you guys are kind of just stuck in limbo. Wanting to communicate. You clearly want to hear from her, and she clearly wants to talk to you. But you guys are both very stubborn and reticent about making the first move, and again, I understand that. But someone's going to have to do it. Someone's going to have to do it, and if it's super important that to you that she makes that first move, if it's more important to you that she makes the first move than never hearing from her again, then that's totally fine. But if it's less important to you that you don't have to make, or that you do have to make the first move, but you get to continue talking to her and find out what's up, I think that's the decision that needs to be made here, not just with you, but with her as well. It looks and sounds like the two of you are on very, very similar pages here. And you clearly want to talk to her. This is not the first time you've asked me if she's going to reach out to you. And every time I ask Spirit, I always get message cards. I always get Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords, Six of Cups, communication cards, the Star. And then right underneath will be some type of hesitation. And putting myself in her shoes, I could, just from what I know, I could see that hesitation. If you don't hear from someone, you might wonder, have they moved on? Did I upset them? You know, or if she did upset you, maybe she's wondering if you just won't ever forgive her again. So there's just a lot, you know, when there's no communication, it could lead to conflicts too, or just lack, you know, things could just completely fizzle away if you guys never talk to one another. But I hear you. Yeah. You're very welcome, Anna. You're so welcome, love. I really appreciate you, and hope I brought you some clarity there. Okay. All right. Please, yeah, I was like, please do, Anna. I really am interested in this connection. I feel like there is definitely potential here, and again, you guys are. I feel like you guys are totally on the same page. So yeah, much love and light to you. All right, so it is that time of night again. I'm gonna do another last call. Last call tonight for any and all donations. If you have a question you need me to answer for you this evening, please let me know. Just send me your donation and we will get started. Yeah. And when I am not online, and if you do have a question for me, again, I do take private readings, and I do them by appointment, and then also just offline, no additional donation amount. Last call, everybody tonight for any and all donations. Yeah, I donated, but we can move it to your next live. No, I'm not tired at all, girl. And I just saw that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jewel. I appreciate you. All right. Let's go ahead and add you. All right, please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. You got it. But I do have to say, if I do pick up on something romantic, I kind of have to tell you. Do you just not want me to tell you if I do pick up on something romantic? Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Jewel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. I won't. No, you don't know that, girl. But we'll see what comes out. Okay, let's see. We have Death, Queen of Swords, the Empress reversed, Ten of Pentacles, and Five of Cups reversed. Holy moly, guacamole. This is really, really good, girl. Wow. Only one card I don't like here is the Empress reverse, and it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. And you're right. There, I'm not. I'm not getting romance here. We got no. Well, we got the cups, but I'll get to that. It's good. Bad cup upright, good cup reverse. We'll get into it. Starting with this card, beautiful Death card. That scares so many people, but it's one of my favorite cards. This is a brand new start. This is I don't want to say a new Jewel because we don't want a new Jewel. We want Jewel to be the same Jewel that she is. But these are things dying, and when one thing, I don't mean literally, not humans in your life, but cycles coming to a close, negative energies coming to a close, and when one thing dies, another is reborn. Shedding that skin, not shedding skin. Again, this isn't. I don't feel like this is a personal thing for you. I feel like this is more external forces. And no, I do feel like there is something internal there as well. With this, especially with this Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is not bitter about the past. She's not bitter about the past, and she's even if she has experienced injustices in the past, she has let go. She's let go, and she's moved on with grace. I've also literally been shedding skin after this chemical. Oh, no way! That's so funny. My friend just had a chemical peel. They're shedding too. Yeah, no, this is really, really good. And with this Queen of Swords reverse, this is looking to the future with brand new eyes, and not looking. I mentioned with this Death card, negative cycles coming to a close, patterns that you've recognized in your life coming to a close, fresh new start, brand new beginnings. I see really good money coming in with the Ten of Pentacles. You know, maybe you don't know. My favorite card in the deck is the Star. What I feel is the strongest, most powerful card in the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. I pull a card for myself every day. I've been doing it for many, many years, and I've only pulled this card upright once. And it was the day I was asked to ordain a wedding. It is often indicative of marriage, happy home life, but it is also about ultimate financial contentment. This Five of Cups reverse is very similar to this Queen of Swords, letting go of feelings of resentment or loss or sadness from the past. I've only pulled it once upright. I pull it reversed a lot. Not a lot, actually, a few times, but I've only pulled it upright one time. I remember I screamed in the house because my roommate knew that I'd never pulled it, and it was his son who asked me to ordain his wedding. I'm like, that is so wild. That is so wild. Very apropos. But it's not all about weddings or love or family. It's also just about the Ten of Pentacles, feeling as though you are not, you don't need or want of anything. You're feeling very financially secure. Which with this Death card leads me to think, possibly new job, new position, something coming to a close, and something better being reborn. Again, the only card I'm not liking here is this Empress reverse card. Spirit is saying that you're not fully seated in your divine feminine energies, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not fully seated in mine sometimes. It happens. And it usually happens. I'm not saying that you're neglecting yourself by any means, but I do get the sense that Spirit does want you to focus now that you let go of, you have your grace and you've let go of the negativity of the past. Now it's time to focus on you and what you're doing, um, and the things that you want to see come to fruition, because the Empress is, creation. She's divine femininity. Um, when you get the Empress card, you can make anything happen in your life. But when it's reversed, you're in a place where you're possibly not using all of your resources, um, or could possibly be neglecting some of them. Oh no, tomboys are in touch with their divine feminine. It has nothing to do with the way we present ourselves. It's more of a spiritual, being in touch with our spirituality. I was talking about, in terms of the Empress. Femininity is creation, feminine energy. We create life, and we also, in this Empress card, we can create our own future and design our whole lives. Yes, yeah, that's what I mean. Absolutely, yeah. Just being in a receiving energy, um, and utilizing your resources to essentially give birth, or metaphorically, analogously, give birth to the things that you want to see unfold and come to fruition in your life. Um, and patience is also a part of the Empress, especially with the Empress reverse too. It takes time to create something of worth. It takes 9 months to create a human being. The delays may prove necessary. Time may prove necessary with the Empress card here. But it's not. First of all, yeah, being a tomboy has nothing to do with being seated in your divine feminine energies. Like, there are like the butchiest lesbians I know. They're really fully seated in their divine feminine energies. It's like I said, it's more about, our ability as women to, and as men, because men, we all have divine masculine and divine feminine in all of us. It's our ability to give birth to the things that we want to see come to fruition in our lives, um, and having faith in our resources and our abilities to do that. Um, you can create a human being, girl. We can create human beings. Imagine all the other things you can create and come to fruition, and bring to fruition in your life. You know. So don't worry about being a tomboy, girl. We love tomboys. Like I said, I'm thinking of one super butchy lesbian that I know, and she would have no issue with me calling her that. She has a tattoo that says butch. Like, she is just like fully into it. Like, she's butch as hell. I even joke sometimes. I'm like, dude, you're a dude. But no, she's not. She's very nurturing. She's very creative. And so it's funny, actually. Sometimes the most butchy lesbians I know are the softest. I think sometimes it's armor a little bit that they wear. Um, but yeah, no, it has nothing to do with how you present yourself gender wise. I'm trying not to be so left brain and just surrender to the universe fully. Yeah, it can be, and that can be hard to do. That can be hard to do. But here's the thing: is it's not just about surrendering to the universe. Yes, it's about surrendering to the universe fully, but in surrendering to the universe fully, we've got to meet universe halfway. We can't, and I don't think that's what you're trying to say. Is like, I just have to believe that spirit's gonna, take care of things for me and make it happen. Yes, they will. They will meet you halfway, but the clearer of an idea you have as to how you want your life to be and look and feel and experience, the clearer of an idea, the more precise you can be with those ideas and the things you want to manifest and see come to fruition, the easier it is for our guides and our angels to meet us halfway there. I'm very practical. Yeah, you're Virgo. And I'm always trying to plan things out and have backup plans in place. It's hard to trust God, but I'm letting go little by little. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you gotta, I mean, you don't have to do anything. I didn't even I didn't even fully believe in God until not too long ago. Okay, so I'm kind of a born again a little bit, but having full faith in God is one thing, but also having full faith in yourself too. It's a two. God's got our back. Our angels have got our back, but they also need us to do our due diligence as well. Put in our time. Put in our work. And I'm not saying you're not putting in the work or the time. It's more what I'm seeing a lack of, and correct me if I'm wrong, is visualization. Like just having a really clear idea of how you ideally want to see your life be in every sense. Starting small, of course, and building. But the closer, the clearer of an idea, the clearest you can get to an idea of what you're looking for, they can help. So yeah, having faith in God is super important. You got to have faith in yourself at the same time, because God has faith in you. So yeah, this looks good. This looks very good, girl. Looks very good. Tonight was great. I swear, except for one reading, I had to tell someone that someone wasn't really into them, but I think it really helped them, the reading, helped them get some closure. But other than that, almost every reading I've given tonight has been very, very positive. So very, very pleased to give you that news, love. Really good things on the horizon here. Really good things. And yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything romantic here. Okay, genuinely didn't see anything romantic. No, there was that 5 of Cups, but it's very different. Yeah, no, this looks good. This looks good. I've been really scared to plan for the future and ask for anything because I don't know where I financially be in the future months from now. This makes total sense. Well, and that's what Spirit's saying, is that there's a very good chance that you're going to be in a really good financial place in the near future. So when I say start acting as if you have all the resources in the world, I don't mean just like spend willy-nilly, you know that, but put yourself in a mindset of abundance. You have enough for what you need. And there will be improvements, and you will have more. But don't base your dreams on your financial limitations at this time, because our finances, just like with everything else in our lives, up, down, constantly in flux. I know people who cashed out as super duper young and then lost all their money at like 35 or 40. Like there's rich people lose money, poor people gain money. I'm not saying you're poor, but that's not what I'm saying. But like ups and downs, just because you don't feel that your finances right now would be able to accommodate the dreams you do have in the future. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Because yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense because those limitations are not permanent. Nothing's permanent. I stopped manifestation practices years ago. I received a message that I should try again, even though I really don't want to and don't want a lot of. You stop manifestation practices, but you got a message that you should try again. That's really interesting. Yeah, no, I am sure I've spoken with you before about the power of visualization and manifestation. It's not always going to deliver in exactly the same, in the exact way that we see it, but the more that we practice it, honestly, I've never seen negative things happen because of it. I've only seen positive things. But yeah, I say go forth, Miss Angel. Start dreaming and visualizing as though you are in that Ten of Pentacles space. Because you will be. That card, like I told you, that card doesn't show up that often. Surely doesn't for me. I would love to pull it tonight. Every single day that I pull a card, I'm just praying it's that card. But today's Three of Wands, so go figure. Day before was the Empress, so I guess I'm in touch with my visualization. But yeah, it's a very powerful card. Don't lie. It doesn't lie, and yeah, good things for you, love. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. All right, so we're doing another last call for donations tonight. If you have a question you need me to answer for you, I am here. You're so welcome, girl. You are very welcome, Angel. Thank you, love. You have a wonderful rest of your night. Hope I brought you clarity there. I think that's a great reading, honestly. Great general reading. I love the Death card. It's a good card. Last call tonight. Last call, everybody. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am here. I just realized I thought I was off work at 4:30 tomorrow, but I think I'm actually off at like 2:30. So I will likely be on tomorrow. I will do my best, all things considered. Last call tonight. Last call, everybody, for any and all donations. Oh, and I forgot to post. Yeah, so I do private readings. I do them. Angela has gotten a private reading in the past. I do them over Zoom by appointment only. And they're just one-on-one, me and you, and you can give me all the context and backstory that you need, and we can answer as many questions as is necessary, whatever. No limit to how many cards I pull, and it's the same setup as this. You get to see the cards, me talking, etc. And then if you want, I also do private readings at no additional donation amount. Just send me your donation if I'm not online for whatever reason. Or if I sign off and you send your donation, we can move it over to Instagram. I do voice memos over DMs or typed emails. And I'll send you a photo of your cards as well. That's convenient. Last call, everybody, last call for all donations tonight. It provides convenience and a level of discretion that isn't provided on the live stream as well. So highly recommend that. Last call tonight, last call for any and all donations. If you have a question of any type other than medical or legal, I am here for you. I can help you. And yeah, thank you so much. Last call tonight, last call for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call. All right, it looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. It was a wonderful night. And I will likely be on again tomorrow. All right, see you then. Bye.